Hey everyone, my name's Ryan and welcome to Developer's Garage. Sorry we're getting started just a little bit late this morning. Here lately it seems that my streams have been starting a little bit late, but that's because, work kind of gets in the way just a little bit. Also, just my unpreparedness to even get started with the stream. Some weird things have been happening with my Surface Book lately where it's just been, I don't know if it's crashing overnight or something's happening overnight where it basically reboots itself. Comes up and it's in kind of a weird state because Docker won't spin up and I'm not able to, some things just don't function right. And usually that requires me to restart Docker or just restart the PC in itself. So today I had some meetings butt up against my preparation time as well as getting the computer restarted, which I should have done. I should have known that. But getting it started, as well as one thing I was trying to do is, whenever we switch scenes here in a minute, is start to use our project we've been working on. The new admin page, the new dynamically updating rundown screen, or the stream agenda, stream rundown, whatever you want to call it. Rundown is kind of the name that's been going for it, so we'll call it Rundown. Anyways, I tried to get it set up real quick, running. Got it pulled down on my streaming machine. Got the Docker up and running, and lo and behold, when I actually tried to, let me go back just a second. I was able to actually pull up the agenda, the rundown screen. When I go to the admin screen and try to basically go into edit mode, the edit quit working. It said it could not find the edit function that we set up. So one of the things we're going to do before we get our PR submitted, we're going to go in and see on our development machine if we can get it built with Docker, get it displayed, and try to figure out what was going on. So let's get started there this morning, this afternoon, wherever you are. Welcome. Hello, chat room. Didn't say hi to you. If there's anybody in the chat, go ahead, type hello. I want to know who's all here, who's watching. As with anything else, if you've got questions as we go through everything, questions about me, questions about development, .NET, anything, it's kind of an AMA, ask me anything type of stream. I will answer almost any question. There are some things I won't answer, but that's just how things are sometimes. You can't put everything out there. You got to leave a little bit of mystery.
Just do it!
Yeah, no, not going to do that. Hey, Lou. All right. Lurina? Did I pronounce that right? Thank you for the chat room. If I'm saying it wrong, please correct me. But I believe I met her back at our .NET meeting, local .NET group meeting last week, I think it was. And a little mnemonic tip, Lurina, because Lurina is from Louisiana, and she's got the I love the bot remote. Thank you. So today, basically what we're going to do, we're going to try and figure out why our project's not working, get it up and running, and just get things going. And then hopefully I get that done quick enough, we can actually get started on our next project, which is basically helping out our local .NET user group by giving them a much better website than the SharePoint one that was created, I think, 2007, circa 2007. Give them something greater. So we'll start setting that project up, get it going. So, all right, let's switch on over to our development scene here. And I do have to update this. So as you can see, the thing's not just working because I had to switch the port. So that's actually just an HTML. That little agenda, that yellow box, actually has an HTML window in it. And it's really is what displays that. So let me get that setting fixed. 1 second. It shouldn't take long, I hope. We're using 44358 localhost. HTTPS, and cross our fingers. Done. Refresh. So the last time I updated that, it just did it. Oh, it's not. I know. Whoa. I did something I shouldn't have done there. Bear with me 1 second. I know what the issue is now. It's not called rundown. It's called agenda in my sample project I'm running. There, that's it. All right, there we go. Up and running. Let's get that looking a little bit better here. All right, there we go. Okay. Because my lighting still isn't quite right, simply because I just not put time into getting my lighting right. I pop up a nice bright window over here that just lights up my face. All right. So as we can see, move that up just a little bit so we can see everything. We got everything there. So we can see we've got our agenda. We've got all our items checked. I do need to check it one more time. So we're going to run it here locally just to make sure our edit functionality all works. I'm going to run it from our admin right now. And if you didn't know any better, the RC version, the release candidate for Visual Studio 2019 is out there ready to go. That's what we're using here on stream. I took some time last week, got it updated, got it running. The crazy thing is there is still the preview version, which will always be the preview version, which will always have the latest bits in preview. Not necessarily, it won't be the release candidate. Right now, the RC, the release candidate, and the preview are the exact same. Hey, Jacques, good afternoon. How are you doing? All right, so what we're doing, we're just making sure this thing runs. So last week when we left off, we had everything done. It was running. Right now, when I try to run it on my streaming machine, I get a error when I click this edit button. That actually, we'll see, if we look at that, that's not actually right either because it's not running all of this. Man, I hope I didn't lose something. All right, let's go. I'm going to pull this up in, whoa, that's some weird behavior we got going on there in Edge. Ooh, I don't like that. Let's go with Chrome, my favorite browser, Chrome, over here. All right, Chrome, HTTP. Come on, Chrome. All right, we do. We hit edit. Everything's working great over here in Chrome. That's right. Maybe that's the issue I was running in. Nope, I'm running it in Chrome over there too. Very odd. Very odd. All right, so one thing that I am going to do, we're going to look at, because right now I'm spinning this up in localhost in IIS Express. We're going to build our Docker container. We're going to run it from Docker, see how that functions, and then I don't know if I'm going to go back to Edge and try and fix it or not. Edge is changing their browser engine around. They're actually going to be using the Chromium engine, which is what powers Chrome right now. So we will, we're just going to cross our fingers they get that done quickly, and I don't have to worry about a separate Edge instance. Only thing I would have to worry about is Safari. Not really worried about that. I'm not using it yet. One of these days I hope to get a Mac machine to be able to use. All right, let's bring up PowerShell here. So I want to clear this out here. If we go and look at our page here, this is github.com/devsgarage. This is the repo that's going to store all the work we do on this stream. And then Fritz StreamTools is the current project we forked from them. And they did a great job on their README. So you scroll most of the way down, almost to the bottom, building and running locally. Allow us to, basically the command here, I just copy and paste that as long as I'm in the correct directory here. Which I think I am. Let me look. Basically, I need to have my Docker information. Yeah, there's my compose file. So basically what you got to do is when you run these commands, you got to have the Docker compose files available since I'm not referencing it. So referencing the folder location. We just run that. It's going to run through a couple different steps. It's going to spin up a couple little containers, different containers, one for building and one for publishing. And that is going to allow us to have the trimmed down version of our project and Docker container. So it doesn't have all the development overhead, the development tools that are needed to build the project, but not to run it. So we have a couple different containers here, a couple different steps going on. You can see right there, it's actually running the .NET. I don't know if it's running restore, if it's just running .NET build. But it does the restore for you. I know build has restore functionality built into it, which was very smart of them. This is doing some stuff that we're not actually doing yet. So it has to do with basically a chat bot that you can build into your Twitch stream. So my Twitch, I could have a chat bot basically running, monitoring the chat and responding to things and responding to some simple questions like, hey, what are you working on today? What's your project? Not running that yet. Things I want to do to improve my stream. Just got to get time. All right, so our Docker container's up. And so once our Docker compose file's done, spinning up all the containers it needs, building our project, we can do a Docker PS here, which is basically going to give us what containers we have running and what ports they're running on. So this is running on HTTP, not HTTPS. So that's the one thing to notice here. And so we're running basically 0.0.0.0. That's localhost. And then this is a port we're running off of. So let's go ahead and grab that. Bring up our window here. So HTTP. Paste, oh no, localhost. Paste that in. We're going to let's do rundown to see what it looks like. Make sure. Okay, that's what we expected. Let's do admin. That looks right. That looks like what we said. So the last time I did this, and so I'm going to put that up. I'm going to bring up our console because I want to watch this, see if something happens, see if any errors appear. I'm going to hit edit. Boom, that works. All right. So we know that this works right. Now, whenever I brought it locally and ran it in my dev stream machine, it didn't work. So that's a little scary for me because I did a git pull on it. Okay, so I'm actually going to hop out of my dev machine here and hop over to my, that's not right. I'm going to hop over to my streaming machine and we're going to see if we can't figure this out. Whoa, that's kind of crazy looking. Woo! Little inception going on here. Bring everything back. There we go. All right. I'm going to close this because I don't need that. That was a little something that happened when I misclicked inside my OBS studio here. All right. Bring up PowerShell. And let's come on over here. All right. So here you can see I actually have our other one that we have over there running. So if I do a Docker, this is just Docker PS again. Whoa. Got to put the space in there, Ryan. All right, so there we go. You can see this one. We actually have we actually do an HTTPS here. So that's what the second one is. 443, that's the port for HTTPS. 80 is for your HTTP, your standard web traffic. And that's running on 53039. We should be able to spin up another one. So we're going to switch to our new project. Actually, I'm going to pop back here. I'm going to make sure. So this says I don't have any changes. Get status. Tell me everything is the same. It says origin dev. All right, let me hop back out of here. All right, we want to get out of the stream kit. I'm going to blow that up because I bet that's a little hard to read on whoa, I think that may be a little big for me, though you all can probably read it pretty well. We'll try 28 here. That looks good. That looks about like what we're using on the other one. All right, so do an ls here. I do like running PowerShell for this. You can run it from the command line, but I've gotten to where I actually like using PowerShell, also because I like the git posh add-in I have for PowerShell. That gives me, or posh git, that gives me the status of where I am in my Git repo compared to the head or the origin. All right, so we want to go to Dev's Garage. Whoa, there we go. StreamTools. All right, so it says let's do a Git status here. See where it is pointed. It's up with origin/dev as well. It says everything is up to date. Git pull. All right, that looks fine. Something still isn't quite right here. So we're going to go ahead and we will do a... Oh, I don't have that still built in, but I'm going to hop over here, grab our little command from our window, because I should still be able to do the same one. Let's hop back out here. That looks right. Let's go ahead and do that. So what it's doing, it's going to do the same process we did a second ago. You may see my frame skip a little bit because we are putting a little bit more stress on my my streaming machine. My apologies if we end up doing that. All right, so that was built. So I built it earlier. Everything said, hey, I didn't see any changes. That's why it built so fast. So let's look at Git Docker PS. So we should have 2 containers running now. All right, so fritz.streamtools, that's the one we want to look at. Okay, so we are running on 32769. All right, so I'm going to bring this window over here. TCP localhost 32769. Was that right? Yep, that looks about right. Let's look at the rundown, because it is called rundown here. Okay, that looks right. And let's look at the admin page. So we look good there, and we are in Chrome. Hey, Twadjizi, if you've got or 2JZG, I'm not sure how to pronounce that. Hey, welcome to the stream. If you have a way you want me to pronounce that, let me know if I'm getting it right, if I'm getting it wrong, or how you would prefer me to say it. And if you got any questions, just let us know. Right now, we're trying to figure out the project we were working on, why this wasn't working earlier. As we can see, I pressed the edit button, it didn't work again. So let's check out F12. I love using my development tools here. So it gives me an uncut on edit click is not a function. Saying jQuery is not defined, $ is not defined in the admin. So is this happen when I first load it? Yeah. Line 197. Is it going to take me? So $.ready function. So it's telling me jQuery is not defined. Why would we not have jQuery in here? I'm pointing to, oh, I wonder if this is it. So I can't edit that here. That's most likely my problem right there. Is, well, no, because it worked over there. Why isn't it working here? Why am I not getting, there's jQuery.js. I mean, so it is there. It did see it. 2. Yeah, 2 sounds good. Hey, 2. All right. Okay, so this is odd. So it sees jQuery, but it doesn't see jQuery. So that is a little concerning. So it says by the time it gets here, it's saying, I don't know about jQuery. But yet jQuery was just loaded right before it got there. So what it's going to do, it's going to go from the top down. It's going to load this script first, and then it should load our other JavaScript. So something's not quite copacetic here. jQuery actually has nothing in it. Let's go look at our streaming machine here real quick. I want to look at something over here. This is our admin. Let's look at our... okay, so look at here. So our library pulled it in here. Hey, 2, yes, I am a software engineer. I'm actually a software engineer lead. I work for Valorum Reply. They're based out of Kansas City. I have the opportunity to work remote. And yes, I did go to university. I have a bachelor's degree in computer science from the Oklahoma State University. And but I will say you don't have to have it. There are a lot of engineers out there that did not go to university, did not go to school to be engineers. They learned it. They learned, I won't say just in time. It's on the OJT, on the job training. So they learned just by practicing doing it. They got a job where they were able to either get started as a junior dev or just had somebody take them under their wing, and they were able to grow themselves. So just because you don't have a degree doesn't mean you can't be an engineer. I will say I did learn a lot of logic problem solving in university at school. But I will say I learned a lot more actually when I was actually doing development, especially with business development. Okay. So back to this. So it did load it there. And if we hop out of here and go to our local machine here. Oh, it is there. It is part of the lib. Okay, but why can't it see uncaught reference $sign not defined? All right, let's come over here. I want to do something. I'm going to look in here real quick. So there's that. I'm going to go into the StreamTools project. All right, I'm going to look in here real quick. Okay, I'm not seeing what I want there. I'm going to jump back over here. I'm going to look at my code real quick. I want to make sure that my project, and wow, I'm going to blow that up for everyone. That is hard to read. 150, is that good? Yeah, 150, there we go. All right. So I want to make sure inside my package.json, I actually have jQuery in here as a dependency. I do. So that's what I wanted to make sure we had, is we got to have jQuery. But something's still not quite right when it built the project. So let's look over here real quick. If I look in jQuery, so when it pulled down jQuery, it actually found something. But when my local machine, it looked at it, it didn't find anything. So let's hop back out. Fun problems, right? Let's go to www.root. Oh. C space lib. So it only has Bootstrap. It only pulled down Bootstrap. Is that because I only checked in Bootstrap? Did I check in Bootstrap and not jQuery? jQuery.js. Switch over real quick here. So it's not checking in that. But let me pull up my GitHub repo real quick. To ask, I've done CSS and HTML. Should I go Java next? I know a little bit of Java. I know enough to be dangerous. I bought a book on it when I was in college. I wanted to learn. Actually, I was interning. And I wanted to continue to grow my skill sets. And so I just bought a book on Java and learned it. Should you go to Java next? I don't think that's a bad idea. I would look at your area and see what technology stacks are prevalent, are the most common, and where you want to work and stuff. For me, in Tulsa, Oklahoma, the Microsoft stack is very hot in this area. There are a lot of Microsoft-based jobs here. Not by Microsoft, but they're positioned around the Microsoft stack. Personally, I like C# and .NET. I would steer you towards going to learning JavaScript and TypeScript and becoming very familiar with that. And then looking at potentially ASP.NET and stuff like that. Now, if a lot of your HTML is being rendered in PHP and stuff like that, go look at that. Go look at PHP. My preference, I'm going to steer you. I'm going to say, hey, go learn .NET and C#. But if you're like, I don't want to learn that stuff, I don't want to write controllers, I don't want to write the back end, then by all means don't. Again, I would look at, if you are still looking for a job and want to get that job in development, I would look at what technologies are used in your area. Like I said, there are some Java jobs around my area, but not a lot. They pop up every now and then, but a lot of people around here, like I said, use the Microsoft stack. So hopefully that answers your question. It's all going to be opinion based. My opinion is I love Microsoft and .NET, but I like exploring new tools, new libraries and stuff like that, new languages. This is just what I'm most comfortable with. Again, you ask a Java guy, he's going to tell you to go use Java. So just take what I say with a grain of salt and go with what your gut says. All right. So I'm over here. I'm going to pull up our repo and I'm going to look in our repository we have here and see if for some reason I'm actually checking in something that I shouldn't be checking in. Yeah, look at that. I actually checked in Bootstrap. So when it did the restore, it actually didn't restore jQuery, which is a little odd. I don't know why I don't know why I checked in this, because it shouldn't be. It did. It actually did get added to here. That worries me just a little bit because it shouldn't be doing that. All right. I'm going to come back over here. I mean, I could easily fix it by pulling that down. What I could do, though, I'm in the StreamTools. I'm going to see if this fixes it. .NET build. And see if that actually pulls down those dependencies and puts them in there. Or if it's going to say, hey, you don't have the right version of .NET Core on here. Da-da-da. Looks like I need a longer sound there. If that was way too loud, please let me know and I will turn the volume down on that. It did sound like it could have been a little loud, or could have been had an echo as I had it pipe through my local speakers here, which is kind of weird. PHP shutters, yes. Jockeys, you know what? I've never used PHP. I had a choice in college, and I asked all the people that were in my college classes, and they said that they asked me a couple questions. They asked me what kind of my main language I was using, and that kind of steered me to .NET, to ASP.NET specifically. And so that's the route I went, because I was at that crossing point. Do I need to learn PHP or do I need to learn ASP.NET? Because Microsoft's where I was going, the recommendation was go there, and I don't regret it. Do I want to use PHP? Yeah. Do I want to use it? No, I don't want to use it. Do I want to learn a little bit more about it? Yes. A lot of people use it. Facebook. Facebook uses it. Obviously, they made a great deal of money off of that. So, only had to convert legacy apps. But yeah, I will say I've done the same thing with VB.net. I've had to do a lot of conversions with Visual Basic. There are a lot of people that love Visual Basic, VB.net. I'm not one of them. I like C#, and so that's where I tend to lead. So, again, 2, go with where your heart leads you. Go where your industry in your area is going, and you're actually going to set yourself up for success. But always keep in mind, you need to keep learning. That's one thing in this industry, in technology. it changes every day, every minute. Something new comes out. So just keep your ear to the ground, and you're going to learn. And learn what you want to learn. Learn what makes you happy. If learning makes you happy, learn everything. If you don't like PHP or you don't like Visual Basic, don't do that. But don't put someone down for what language they like. I'm going to try to be very open about that. I have my opinions on it. My opinions by no way reflect my employer or anybody else. And again, just do what you love. I'm actually getting to where I love streaming, so I'm going to do a lot more of this as time permits. Okay, so that did it. Let me look here. Let's go into www.root. Let's see if by doing that, it actually brought that library down. Lib jQuery.js. So now, I'm going to come back down to my base project here. Whoa, come on, fingers, work for me. ls, all right. Do I want to go? Yes, I think I need to go another level down. There we go. Let's get back to my Docker compose method here. I'm actually going to take this Docker down. Docker compose down. It should take this one down. What kind of language is that you are on now? Is it Windows? So two, which one are you looking at specifically? Are you looking at like my blue screen here that I'm running some commands on, or are you talking about what I have open in Visual Studio? So the blue one, okay. Sorry for the pause. There's actually a delay in my stream, which I don't know if it's my machine or just my connection. You never know. So this blue one, this is, think of command prompt if you're used to the DOS command prompt. So if I do this one, a lot of people are used to this one, DOS command prompt. That doesn't blow up. This right here, this is PowerShell. So yeah, this is PowerShell right here. This is just like, it's like command prompt. It allows me to, basically allows me to run all my stuff from the command line, but it's a little bit more, it's a scripting environment as well. So I can script them some things, kind of like batch files. I use it to basically build my projects and run my Docker commands and stuff. So think of it as just a command line. That's all it is, not a language or anything. The work that we've been doing right now has been written in ASP.NET Core using Razor Pages and JavaScript, along with a C# web API for the back end. Literally, you can say we're just using ASP.NET Core out of the box. So, all right. I'm going to do a Docker PS here. I want to see what I have running. Okay, so the StreamKit one's still running, which is what I expected. Let's go get our Docker all the way here. We're going to get our build. There we go. Docker compose. Again, going to build. Again, I apologize if my stream freezes just a minute. That's because I'm tasking my streaming machine out. Right. Let's try this again. Oh, still not quite long enough. We're getting there. It's almost done. Step 19 of 23. So basically somewhere in there, we're not actually doing a .NET restore. We're not copying everything over from that www root folder. It's kind of what I'm seeing here because I was able to do my .NET build and it actually showed up there. Almost done. Come on, Docker. And then we will do our Docker PS, take a look at it. Hopefully everything is there. So we're running on 32770, so we're going to come and update this. 32770, go to the admin. Should pop up. Okay, so here we got, I'm going to do a Control-Shift-R. Shift-R, refresh. Still says it's not finding it. So if I come over here, my lib, there it is, but it has nothing in it. Frustrating. Two's asking, have I done any Python? No, not yet. It is on my list, though, of languages I want to look at. Right now, I'm actually in kind of a mode where I want to learn a little bit about everything. I want to explore some different languages. The other day, I was looking at Go, which was an interesting language. A lot of people tell me they like it because there's only a few ways to express concepts. And so, whereas C#, you can express a different concept or idea in numerous ways. Go, there's only a few ways to do it, which simplifies the way code is written and can make it a lot easier to read. So I was looking at Go a little bit, trying to just explore. Python is definitely on my list. Ruby is on my list. I've even thought of the new Q# language. Of course, quantum computing is way out of my league. I'm down here. Quantum computing is like way up here off screen. No, I've not messed with Python, to short answer. All right, so that's still not working. So if I hit edit, it's not going to work because obviously I don't have jQuery loaded. So why does it work on my local dev machine but not working on this machine? I feel like we need to solve this before we actually submit a PR, because it feels like it should work. I'm gonna look through here real quick and let's see if I can see it doing. So that's that. .NET 2.1. Okay. .NET build for release. Well, it's the same. Should be the same file that we run there. We're running here. Node modules jQuery. Oh, this is good to know. It told me it couldn't find jQuery. It could not find SignalR. That's very helpful. I'm going to jump back here to our dev machine where it does work, and let's look at PowerShell real quick. Because I didn't see those yellow messages pop up when I did it here. Step 12, run .NET Restore. Let's come back and hop out here. Hop back out. So it should have, earlier though, it should have done a .NET Restore. Using cache. Oh, ooh, that's a problem. So let's look up real quick, how do we clear Docker cache? Docker cache. Hey, look at that. How to delete cache from the Docker forums. Is there a way to delete Docker cache? Yes. There wasn't a specific command for this. Yeah. Well, that's not good. If you want to remove all of your cache, you first have to make sure all containers are stopped and removed, since you cannot remove an image in use by a container. Docker system prune. This will delete everything, not only cache. Yeah. Yeah, I don't. We're gonna try it. Let's look at this. Let's do this Docker system prune. No. I'm gonna try this. Let's see if this has. Make sure I'm not in my development machine. Okay. Now this is probably going to require me to take the Docker containers down. My hope is that I can leave my one Docker container that's working running. Nope. down. Shut down my Docker. Okay. Okay, Docker PS. Okay, yep. This removed all stop containers, all networks not used by at least one container, all images. Do I want to continue? Yes, I do. All right, come on, Docker. I probably have a lot of stuff in there I need to clean up anyway, so this is a good thing. So we learned today we can actually clean up our Docker, and it's always a good idea to clean it up. For some reason, it was not recognizing any kind of change, and we wanted it to change, and so let's try this. Hopefully this works.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
Thank you, Lorena. Thank you. I hit mute there for a second, and I forgot to turn it back on. So, Chuckery says, talking about the imposter syndrome. You are welcome. I'm going to continue to do this because I want you to see that no matter what level you are going to struggle. And I still struggle with it today. I talk to people. You always get that feeling, especially when you're in more of a leadership position, that's like you feel like you should know those answers. You should know the answers. And here's the thing that I've learned. The great leaders out there realize that they don't know all the answers, and that they have to ask for help. And that it's never a bad thing to say, you know what, I don't know everything. I will tell you, when I was younger, I used to know a lot about the technology that was going on. The thing was, as I got older, technology did this. It got very wide. And it just continues to grow. I mean, web development has come a long way. Browser wars, I mean, they're still there. I mean, as we may not say it, but the browser wars are still there. So there are numerous browsers you have to work with. Numerous languages. The language spectrum has grown dramatically since I started development. And it just continues to grow. So you cannot know everything. And so as a leader, as someone who is more senior, anybody who is in a position of power needs to be able to admit when they're wrong, admit when they don't know things. And this is kind of my way of doing that, is saying, you know what? I don't know everything. I struggle with this. What makes me really good? I know that just the key words I have to put in for Google to work well. A lot of times everybody used to have a library of all these books that they would go look in. So, sorry, went on a little bit of rant there. Looks like we're done here, so let's actually get this up again. Come on. Fingers crossed this time. It's going to take a little bit longer this time because I did clean my cache, so what's going to have to do now, it's actually going to have to pull down all those Docker containers, and that may affect my stream a little bit, so you may see me pause. I've been told the video pauses, but you can still hear me talk. So I'm going to keep talking a little bit so you know if it does freeze for whatever reason that we are still moving here. I like to see these steps. I like seeing it download. What this tells me, it's actually going to hopefully rebuild our containers. And hopefully we'll get that JavaScript, that jQuery in there. And then we'll be able to confidently say, you know what, this is good, we can submit this. And it was just a caching issue, which I run into a lot of those when I work with client-side based frameworks anyways. Not necessarily saying Docker's a client-side based framework, but a lot of times with JavaScript and stuff that runs in browsers, it can hold on to versions of it. And you have to do basically a force refresh. Sometimes a simple refresh doesn't do it. You have to force it to say, hey, I'm going to dump everything and go grab a fresh copy of it. All right, come on. We're still moving. So I am monitoring this just a little bit inside my own Twitch environment on a different machine. It does look like it is stuttering a little bit. Hopefully that's just the connection to my monitoring machine here and not you all aren't seeing that. All right. Remove this. As always, if you have any ideas, any ways you think that this stream could be improved or anything you want to see on there, shoot me a line, shoot me an email, DM me in Twitter, post it in Twitter. Let everybody know. You say, hey, Ryan, you can improve your stream by not talking so much, not using your hands a lot, by doing more sounds. Yeah, that doesn't seem like it'd be an improvement, but it is fun to press these buttons on this thing. Come on. We're only at step 4. It's going to take it. I do have a pretty good connection here. So hopefully all our main base containers have been pulled down now. So now we're actually doing our restores. So step 12 here. One of the things we wanted to make sure that it did restore. So it is running that. So here we go. We can see we're restoring our projects, which should be start restoring the packages. So hopefully we start seeing jQuery come in here. Install that, yeah, yada, yada, yada. Okay. It's all good. Copying some of our information over. We're doing a release with no restore. So how's everybody's days been going? I know hopefully this, oh my gosh, sorry. I asked that and then I see this bad thing. This isn't there. It's not there. Why isn't this there? This is in the streamlib.core. Why is this not found? This is one of the things that really just eats at you. Because it says it's not found. But we know it's there. We know jQuery is there. It's node modules. NPM. It's trying to package it up from NPM. Okay. Let's come over here real quick. So I look in here. I don't really see any NPM in here. All right, there's package.json. Del gulp concat gulp css min. Here's the 3 things that it's complaining about. And then we come up in here. And we don't see that. Inquiring minds want to know. What is going on here? What is our problem? Because it is there. We've seen it in the other one. You know what we're going to do? We're going to go ahead and wait for this to get done. And I'm actually going to open up Visual Studio on my streaming machine. Just to find out what's going on here. That's the only other thing. So when strange stuff like this happens, I try to make sure my environments are almost identical. I have a streaming machine which is hosting all my, it's hosting all the stuff that I use to basically stream this live. It has very little running on it because I don't want to in any way bog down the stream. So we'll see what Visual Studio does to it. It may cause it to may cause some more jumps in there, but hopefully it's just a little bit so I can get stuff going here. All right, so there's that. Maybe this isn't part of our project. Let's come up here real quick. That's StreamTools. Okay, so it was building the chat client. So maybe let's see if this finishes. Let's see what happens when and if this finishes. And maybe it's just this project's having some troubles and not our StreamTools project. Of course, that could be hoping for a lot. All right. Come on, Docker, work with me here. Go a little bit faster. So the bundler. Chat client, chat. That's all about the chats. Let's come back over here real quick. Do a little comparison here. Let's scroll up to the, yeah, see, that's still the scary part. There's all this, pulls it down, does the build. Here's that fun stuff. Bundler actually begins and it finds everything it needs. I'm still concerned that this isn't going to work like we want it. Because there's that one where it actually does. Huh. Okay, it does that. It does the chat client again down here. It's kind of odd. All right. Let's see if we're done over here. There we go. Not sure what it was waiting on. Okay, so it says it's done. Let's do a Docker PS. My hopes for this actually working are, they're going downhill very quickly. 371. All right. Yeah, that was my fear. Still not working. It's still not finding it. Let's look at something here. Now these command working tree clean. All right. Let's do what we said. We're going to power up Visual Studio here. Take a look. See, is there something? I want to use preview here. That seems to be what I have installed on my streaming machine. Again, my apologies if it starts lagging, freezing. This will hopefully be very short. And that we won't have to worry about this. Okay. All right. I'm going to go ahead and we're going to take this one down. Yeah, I can feel my machine start to lag. All right, so Visual Studio is powering up over here. All right, let's bring that front and center. Come on. All right, yeah, I can see the skip frame starting to pop in here. So hopefully I still have everyone. Hopefully you can still hear and see me. Wow, it looks like my my little machine I have here that's for me to monitor is not doing so hot either. not going to update just yet. I did like that new update. Did you see that? That was nice. Oh, man, that is hurting. Oh. All right, let's take this down. Let's get this going as quick as possible. My other machine's getting a network error trying to connect. Hopefully we still have everybody, because it still shows I'm streaming live. If anything, it will be a little... Maybe it'll cut out and then it'll come back. I've seen that happen before. I'm going to go ahead and set this as the startup project. We're going to just run the StreamTools real quick. And IIS Express. All right. Holy smokes, it's okay. It is saying I'm live. Whew. Scared me for a second. I brought my live. Still says I'm live. Skip frames is coming up. As we try to spin up IIS Express, is it up and running? Oh, just a few more minutes, hopefully. Then I can shut this down. I'm getting a network error, but I could be flooding the network now with stuff. Yeah. Oh, man, this is going to hurt. Bounce out here. I'm going to hop off here. Let's see. Let's turn off Wi-Fi. Stream seems to be completely down. Oh, of course. Oh, it came back. All right, almost done. Almost done. It says it came back. It says the stream came back. Oh, there it goes. Yes, it shows it's working. I don't know what caused that. Hopefully you it just keeps going. We're putting a little strain on my network. Actually, probably a strain on my streaming machine here. Almost done. Almost done. Come on. Come on. All right. Well, the good thing is, hopefully you all can hear me. It says you lose it, but hopefully you can hear it. All right, here we go. We're going to be quick here. Admin. Edit. Doesn't work right, but that does show me that it is working. All right, I'm gonna close Visual Studio down. I'm hoping that's just it. I think I'm just putting my machine under too much strain. Hopefully the stream comes back here in a second. All right. All right, everybody. Hey, I hope you're still with me. Hopefully it was just Visual Studio doing that. It seems to be when I was kind of put my machine at a either my machine or my stream at a risk when I was running Visual Studio locally on that machine. So we're gonna do. I ran it locally. It worked fine while the stream was hopping up and down. Thank you, Lorena, for sticking around and for letting me know we're back. Same thing with you, Jacques. Without your guys' information, I wouldn't know whether things are working or not. I said guys, my apologies, work with, without all y'alls. If you're watching someplace from outside the United States and you hear us use y'all, you hear it a lot in the South. I hear it's growing out on the West and East Coast. But it says a pause. It looks like it froze again. Man, I'm just killing it here. Oh, I guess I am building, so it is kind of freezing a little bit. But hopefully, y'all means just everyone. It's a Midwest Southern term for everyone. It does look like my stream is freezing just a little bit, although I'm not getting the reports over here. Yada, yada, yada. A few seconds ago, again, my apologies for all of the video pausing. Intent is never to really do work on my streaming machine, always on a separate dev machine, just so these kind of things don't happen. If you're watching this on demand, you may not be seeing all this trouble that the streaming stuff is going through. So yeah, I'm almost done building. Wow, my little machine here uses an old keyboard and the space bar doesn't always want to work. Still building, and it should start back up pretty quickly. All right. Come on, Twitch. Work with me here. Or OBS. I don't know which one's causing it to flake out. So live streams, what you can't see, it looks like it worked. So the Visual Studio build process is actually doing something that the .NET build process isn't. That's kind of freaky, kind of crazy. So we will have to look at that a little more closely. I still think we're okay to publish because I think this existed prior, because that's not something we really changed. The only thing we added was adding Bootstrap. Cool, you hear me. Thank you, Lorena. That's good. You can hear me, so that's a plus. We're almost done. We're at step 19 of 23. And then hopefully it will kick back up. Hopefully it's just the Twitch client, maybe. No. Don't think it's Twitch, because I got my local versions doing it the same thing as well. So I can see it starting to skip video-wise forward a little bit. We're still on 19 of 23. The bundler worked. It all worked this time, so that's a good thing. It seems I am tasking my machine way harder than... Oh yeah, I'm looking at one of my CPU monitors here, and it is running hard. Okay, we're done. All right, hopefully the stream starts to kick up here in a second. That way everyone can see that it is still... that we are still alive, that I'm still alive here. Come on, stream, come back. Okay, just a few seconds ago I had a skip frame, but my CPU should be way back down now. It still shows it's at 100%. What is going on? Oh, lordy, lordy, lordy. I'm going to... It could be this Docker container is really killing my machine. So we're on... Audio, visual is large gaps. Sorry, Jacques. My machine is running hot right now. I'm going to try and take this Docker container down real quick, and hopefully it will down. Actually, I want to real quick here. We're on 3772. That's not right. We want to be on 32772. And then we're going to take this Docker container down to where everybody will be much better. Hopefully that worked. All right, Docker's coming down. All right, so the container's down. I'm hoping my stream will kick back up here. All right, hey everybody, can you hear me, see me? Let me know in the chat room if we are back up and running. We're still not. Frustrating for a streamer. It still shows I'm streaming. My CPU is down. I'm not running anything excessive on this machine anymore. All right, so it's not working like I want it. I don't want to stop the stream and restart it, but I want to figure out what is killing. Well, let's look at that. Something is using up a lot of information on my machine right now, and it is possibly Chrome. No, Streamlabs says it is. I'm going to go ahead and end task on all our Chrome windows. Task Manager is using some. It says Streamlabs is using quite a bit right now, which is kind of odd. Looks like it's jumping. Oh, I apologize for this. Rule 1, never do development on your streaming machine if it's not the latest and greatest hardware. Oh, I think I'm back. I think we're back up and running. I see myself moving. I see everything going. Looks like everything is way behind. I would love to wait for it to catch up, but I don't know that it will catch up. B-Pit, how are you doing? What are we building today? Right now, we are actually working on trying to finish up our contribution to Jeff Fritz, C-Sharp Fritz's StreamTools project. We basically made the admin portal much better. So we had some issues where we would bring it down on another machine and we'd do a Docker up and all of a sudden things would just not work right. But right now it looks like I'm actually having an issue where my stream is really working hard. And all right, so B-Pit sees and hears me. That's awesome. So I tried to build it on my streaming machine, and that took a lot of problems. That made a lot of issues where the my stream actually got way behind, and so the stream is actually running pretty far behind from what I can tell on my local machine that's watching everything. Video seems back. I'm telling you, I am way behind y'all, or way ahead of y'all. It's weird. So all right. So what we're going to do now, since my stream is way off, probably maybe 4 to 5 seconds, actually maybe longer, probably 15 to 20 seconds off I'm going to keep merging on. So what we're going to do is basically pardon me. What we're going to do is we're going to actually pull down and make sure we have the latest grades. Before we commit our PR, we want to pull down all the latest work that Jeff and the team have been doing and just make sure our stuff doesn't conflict with theirs. So there's always a GitHub page that's going to help you do this kind of stuff. So what we want to do is we want to do a git pull on theirs into our branch. So I'm going to go into our stuff here. Okay. Git pull. Wish there was a way I could tell the stream just to jump to now. We are working with Mr. Fritz over here. I'm going to go ahead and get this. Paste it in here. I'm going to say dev. This should bring us up to date. Should bring us in parallel. Okay, so you can see they've got a whole bunch of work that they've done ahead of us. But the whole thing is they're working on different stuff than we are. They're working on the chatbot. As you can see, a lot of chatbot commands, some of these other services, which it's not our stuff. So everything, all our stuff merged very easily, that's really what we want. So the rule here, and that's what the teams I work with, we basically say every day, every morning, go ahead and do a git pull. So you get the latest, make sure what the stuff you're working on, your Git repo is as close in sync as it can be without having to do it like every hour. And then before you do a pull request in, make sure you BPIT says Windows doing an update. It is certainly possible. This is Windows. You never know what it's doing. It likes to do things sneakily behind the scenes. But all right. So before you do a PR, do a pull request, do a git pull, merge everything in, make sure your branch is as close to trunk as possible, as close to, I say trunk or main or dev, whatever branch you're going to merge into, as close as it can, because that's going to reduce the amount of potential merge conflicts. And once you submit the PR, it's very hard for a maintainer or somebody who's doing the actual merge, who has to actually say, yes, do this, to do that, make those decisions. So do as much work as you can for them, and that way when they accept it in, it's very easy. It merges cleanly. So, all right, what are we going to do here? We're going to actually do a git push, make sure our branch is up to date. Fatal, unable to access. Of course it is. It's saying I'm unauthorized. Okay. Yeah, I had to do this. All right, so one thing I learned, and I meant to get this set up. If you're using multiple credentials, like I actually am, I have a couple different repositories for different accounts, and you have to use Credential Manager. It actually stores it in Credential Manager. And so I'm going to actually go full screen here because it may have some stuff in here I don't want you seeing. Hey, now you can see Big Head Ryan. That's awesome, isn't it? I really should have done this before I showed everything. But, all right, I'm looking for my GitHub API. That was for I'm pretty sure that's the one I want. So it does store internal Git credentials. The problem is there's a way you can set it up, configure it for multiple credentials. I've not done that. I really need to do that, especially if I'm going to deal with multiple repos. I'm sorry, not multiple repos, but multiple accounts within Git and GitHub. So, all right, that should have worked. I should now actually get a prompt. I'm going to try that. Let's come back over here. All right. Let's do a git push. It say, hey, I don't know who you are. It doesn't say. Permission to Dev's Garage denied to Onyx Prime. The problem is Onyx Prime isn't. Is it cached within that? All right. We're going to hop out again. fun stuff, right? I don't remember having to do this last time. Web credentials, Windows credentials. Okay. Get, oh, there it is. Get. I removed the wrong one. Okay. Close that. Always make sure you get the right credentials. All right, let's hop back. Try this one more time. Get push. Hey, there we go. And because I don't remember how it does this, we're going to hop back out to Big Head Ryan again. So we want to go to Devs Garage. See if I remember the password. Really should use a password manager, credential manager for that. Hey, I got it right the first time. All right. Let's go back. All right. Hey, look, we published. We're good. So I can do a get status. See where we're at. We should be in sync with everything. Branches up to date with Origin Dev. Perfect. All right. So now what we want to do is they got another one here. We're actually going to go create a pull request to Mr. Fritz's stuff. So we're going to do a new pull request here. It's kind of crazy. I actually have this. I have my machine down here that I'm watching my stream myself on. It keeps me up to date with chat. 2 minutes behind. Awesome. Didn't think it was that much. Beepit asks, is that my cherry Camaro back there? It is not, but I have a different cherry Camaro. You know what? Let me get this down, and I will show you guys my Camaro if I can find the pic of it. Because it's my baby. It's something I get to do. I'm going to try and do... I'm not going to type it. You'll catch up here in a second. In a couple minutes, unfortunately. That's crazy. All right. So we actually want to do create a pull request. Now I'm logged in as Dev's Garage, which is good because that's where when we want to work off. Comparisons. We want to use compare against Dev. Oh, wait. Is this what we want? Choose a branch. I don't want to compare changes. I want to do a commit here. Create a pull request from a fork. Got the new... Navigate to the original repository you created the fork from. Okay. To the right of the branch menu, click new pull request. Did that. Compare across forks. That's what I need to do. Compare across forks. Confirm that the base fork is a repository you want to merge changes into and change that to mine. Add a title and description for your pull request. Okay. We want to do Dev's Garage for its StreamTools in the dev branch. Says it's able to merge. That's what we want. That's the reason we did that pull in. Okay. So title. Make rundown items and title editable in admin portal. That's what we did. All right. Thank you for not driving a Mustang. You know what? When I was growing up, I really did want it. I wanted a cherry red 66 Mustang. That was my dream car growing up. The Camaro came into being back in 2000. My dad came across it. I actually had a cousin who needed a new car. And unfortunately, he'd been driving this Camaro, and it had, bow ties for life. And the Camaro had been through some hard times, and he needed a reliable car for work and everything. So my dad made some, to help family out, my dad did a little wheeling and dealing. We had an extra car he could buy at a discounted price, along with giving us the Camaro. And my dad is the mechanic of the family, not me. And he did a lot of restoring while I was overseas in the military. He did a lot of restoring on it. I'd come back home every year. I get to drive it, play with it. He would do all the work on it till I finally came home for good. And then I got to help him do a lot of engine work. And he and I redid the interior. I say we redid it. We bought some of the stuff, had a upholstery shop do a lot of it. But I did the carpeting and stuff like that. And he taught me a lot about working on cars. So thanks, Dad. And then I've got the cars down in my garage. So I will show you here in a second. You'll get to see a picture of my car. But let's get this done. All right, so make rundown items and title editable in admin portal. All right, so updated the admin portal with edit button. To edit. I want to be as descriptive as possible because I want to make sure they know what we changed, why we changed it. To edit title of rundown, title, to edit the title of the rundown, and be able to add edit title of runtime while running. I don't want to say while running. And to be able to add, remove, and update rundown items while the site is running. I like putting live while the site is running. So, all right. Updated the admin portal. I feel like I want to say more, but it says I don't really have anything else to say about it. So we're going to go with that for now. We'll see what Jeff says and the team says, if they accept it as they accept it. Hopefully he's going to do it live on stream, and we'll be able to get to see this done from the other side as he accepts those in. As always, with any of the projects we do, you are more than welcome to create your own fork, make your changes that you want, and then commit those, and then we will review those PRs here on Stream Live. So I don't have anything else to say. I'm going to say create pull request. Yeah, let's do it. Let's see what they say. The only thing they can do is say, hey, I need you to fix this, I need you to fix that. We could have some styling things that they want us to fix. That's fine. But it'll be awesome to get to do our first pull request. This is my first GitHub pull request to an open source project. So I'm kind of excited. It's kind of a big day for me. Unfortunately, I have a meeting in about 15 minutes. And so I'm not going to be able to get started on our next project. But what we can do is we can look at what we're going to do. So I belong to TulsaDevelopers.net or the Tulsa.net user group of the Tulsa, Oklahoma area. I was able to become the director of special projects. I think that's what it's called. And one of the first projects that the president wants us to work on is updating our website. This is a SharePoint site from Circuit 2007. And we want to make it something different. So what we're going to do, we're going to use .NET Core. Razor pages, anything else I can kind of think of. There's some other plans he's got as well for an evaluation system. Some stuff that we can do to make our user group a little bit better, a little bit more informed. Right now we do use Meetup, but it's always nice to have a homepage where you can show a lot more information. So that's going to be our first goal. So our next stream is actually going to be setting this up, because now we've got all that stuff done. We will be setting up our project. It'll be out on GitHub in the Devs Garage repo. Then we'll merge it in. The president has already secured us an Azure websites location. We'll set up some DevOps pipelines through the process. Automate this as much as possible. So if you're looking to learn more about that, check us out. I'm going to try to get to do this a little bit more often, because once a week just doesn't seem like a lot of time, especially when I spend so much time trying to fix things. But hey, thanks everybody. I appreciate you joining me. Again, I apologize about the streaming issues being so far behind. I did say we were going to look at my... so I'm going to come back to my big head here as I try and find my Cherry Camaro. So you can see it. Well, I'll do it from the streaming machine. Why not here? I do have some awesome pictures of it out on my OneDrive. Of course, it wants me to sign in. Yada, yada, yada. Yeah, I know you can't see what I'm yawning about, but it is basically... yeah, I need a little Jeopardy music as I try to find this quickly. I used to have a picture of it. Rarely, pretty quickly accessible. I wonder if I can search by file name in this thing. I would let you all see all of my fun pictures, but my wife would probably get pretty mad that I'm broadcasting everything. Chakri, shout out to DNUG. That's right. .NET users groups are the best. They help us out. They help support the local community. So we want to make sure we help them out. That's the awesome thing about open streamers, is the fact that we're able to help them and support them. Okay, there's that. Here's a lot of cool Camaros, but not mine. All right. All right, where are we looking here? That. So all those pictures. Oh, this pains me. The fact that I can't... I used to have a folder that had all of these in it. I wonder if it's still on my... Let's hop out there real quick. I wonder if I still have it locally. Because I did like to show everybody that. It's my fourth child. Third child. I only have two. My wife counts me as her first child. But... we also have two other kids. All right, come on, where are you at? I can search in here. Camaro. No, of course not. I swear I had these things somewhere. Yeah, this is going to be painful. Hey, you're welcome, Lorena. Thank you for joining. You obviously don't have to stick around If you don't want to see my Camaro, that is fine with me. It was awesome. I actually had it in a photo shoot, and that's where I got all these cool pictures of it. So I know it's, of course, everybody wants me to sign in. I honestly don't know the last time I logged into Facebook. Oh, it wants me to use a code generator from my phone. Of course it does. You know, Facebook has so many different options here. Settings and privacy. Let's see if I can look up code generator here. Let's pick shortcuts. Go to the code generator. Nope, that's not what I want. Of course you can't do that. All right, so settings, so go to security here. Privacy settings, is it under that? Access your own information, that's GDPR fun stuff. Security and login. Sean is amazing. Sean is a great president. So he's done a great job for over a decade now, and he has done pretty amazing things. I need another way to authenticate here. I'm not going to wait for long. So go open the Facebook app, tap more. Under help and settings, you know that because that's the way to do it. How to check code generator. Open the Facebook app. I did that. Tap the more button. Did that. Scroll down and tap code generator under help and settings. I'm under help and settings and I don't see code generator. Facebook, you need to update your stuff. Settings, privacy, shortcuts. Nope. Oh, come on. Seriously? I shouldn't say that because my son started saying that, and that's me. I got to be better at watching what I do so my kids don't start mimicking my bad habits here. Where is it on here? Oh, yes, there it is. So I do. Okay, so actually, it's crazy because what is this app? My Authenticator app I have on there actually has my Facebook in it. So why would I not think to go there first? Login code generator doesn't match the one sent to your phone. Please check the number and try again. 356-216. 356. Nope. So that doesn't work anyways. Well, that's not good. Okay, let's go back to this thing. Use text message. Text me a login code. There it is. I don't want to save that browser. All right. So let me go to my photos here. Finally into Facebook. Go to my profile. My photos. Hopefully my photos have my car in it. Scrolling. I know it's here because there's that. There's one pic. It's not the best pic of it. see if I got a better pick. It's almost there, I think. Scrolling. If I don't find the best pick, which is awesome, I will have it for the next time. And maybe we'll put it in our background here. A lot of baby picks here. There she is. All right. Make this full screen. Come on. I want to hide this part though. I want to make it full screen, but I don't want to show this other stuff. Settings of jaw crease, settings and privacy code generator. Of course, you know, it just didn't work. All right, so I got it. Save image. That's it. We'll save the image. Then we'll open the image. That's better. And we'll get this out of full screen. Close that. All right, so here we go. Let's switch back over. All right, so there it is. This is my baby. This is my Camaro that I get out. I will see if I can find a couple more pictures. There are some great looking pictures. Like I said, it was done in a photography shoot. This makes my car look way good, way much better than what it really is. But it's my baby. I love it. I don't get to put a lot of energy into it like I want, but it is it's a passion. It's a long-term goal. So I always say it's my 15 to 20 year project. Guess what? That number has not gone down. It's always my 15 to 20 year project. So thank you, Dad, Mom, my wife, for being patient with me with it. Our money goes there a little bit. I don't spend quite as much as I'd like to on it, but I have a bunch of other stuff like computers and stuff I like spending money on too. And they like to go on vacations too. So, but next stream, we're going to get started on our other stuff. I actually have a meeting right now. Thanks, everybody. I appreciate you. I'm going to sign off now, and I will see y'all in a week.